Right, folks, today's video we're going to be dealing with this mold up underneath this silicone caulking along the bottom of this shower stall. You might be thinking, how can you live in this kind of filth? And I'm like, I know, right? That's why I'm going to take care of it. So first step, I'm going to dry along the creases because it was recently used. Make sure it's dry before we begin. And then we'll get to prying that off of there and see if we can get underneath and get that existing caulk up so we can clean it up and get some new put down. Alright, so I got this here tool. We're going to give that a shot. Usually I just get up under there with a scraper or screwdriver and try to get a hold of it and then pull it off some pliers, needle nose pliers. But I'm going to start down here at this corner and see if we can get up underneath the silicone. Try not to scrape out any of the grout if that's still good under there. See, that's what I mean. Once you get a little tail on it, you can typically start peeling that away, but not that time. It broke off. So yeah, there we go. It's one of them oddly satisfying things once you get a good pull on it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that all the way down, get that old stuff off there, then I'm gonna try to clean that up, some bleach, to try to discourage that mold from growing back. There's cat. All right, so we're getting pretty good along this one side here. And again, I'm gonna keep going on around too. But the next thing, after I get that all up, you can use a plastic scraper side so you don't scratch your tile. See if there's any extra silicone on there and kind of go along like that. Get that all off of there. And of course, I'll clean up some of these spots too that didn't come out. And then we're going to scrub that down real good, get it all clean and disinfected like, let her dry, and then we're going to lay the new caulk. Sometimes in these corners there, I like to get some needle nose pliers and get a hold of any caulking remnants, and that'll help you get that all cleaned out too. Alright, so I'm sure I'll find some more spots with some excess silicone caulking I need to get out of there as I'm starting to clean. But like I said, I like to use a bleach cleaner. That way it disinfects and kills that mold. But you might want to check, make sure your tile and surfaces are, make sure it's okay to use Clorox type of bleach stuff on there. Some people got real sensitive tile and stuff, and you don't want to like discolor or otherwise damage your material. So just be aware of that. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get spraying on here and then just scrubbing her down. After I do all this, get it nice and clean. Make sure I got all the remnants of caulking off of there. I'll let her dry, put a fan on it for just a little bit before I put the new caulking down. All right, so I gave her a good scrubby scrub. Just gonna go through with paper towel and clean up the excess cleaner spray and moldy stuff doesn't stick on there, and get her all dry. And like I said, I'm gonna let her sit for just a little bit to dry out before we go putting the caulking on top of there. Yep. Alright, so when it comes to actually laying down the caulk, I like to use the 100% silicone stuff. It's supposed to be mold and mildew resistant and totally waterproof, so I find like that lasts longer. I also like clear because that hides your mistakes a little better. So if you overcaulk too much and get some on the tile, you're not going to see it as much. So, but clear may not always work depending on your tile and caulking color and all that. But anywho, my tool kit also consists of something to set the caulking gun down on so you don't get excess all over the place. I'm going to try to use this spreader deal. But if that don't work, I'm going to use the old dip a finger in water trick as you go to smooth the bead out and see how that goes. I also like to, on the bottom here, layer pretty thick bead of caulk. My thought process is that'll create like a ramp between the floor and the wall to discourage water from just sitting there, you know, right up against that grout. Let me know if I'm shooting myself in the foot by putting too much caulk on down there. But yeah, let's get started. Man, I think this thing's actually working pretty well. I got the fatter tip on there. Like I said, to leave me a nice bead. This corner is going to be tricky. Yeah, I have to clean that up. Periodically, I'm just going to take this off and clean up the excess from here, and then I'll keep going like that. Well, I guess I have a couple more places to clean up. A little over caulking there. I'll run that silicone scrubby along there again. But overall, though, got rid of them moldy spots, and that's the idea. And we'll see how long this lasts. Check us out next time.